Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Filming multiple videos in one day. I'm trying to become more consistent with this stuff. So, anyways, today's video might be a little controversial. It's really not. I just feel like exaggerating. But basically, we know how we say like it's a canon event that people like get into K-pop, or like most people do. Like the anime, it's a K-pop pipeline. It's like a canon event. I feel like falling out with K-pop is a canon event. And like I'm gonna need you to walk with me here. So I got into K-pop in 2018, which I feel like was one of the peakest times to get into K-pop. Like everything was popping. It was diverse. You had Girl Crush. You had all of this going on. Like it was a variety of concepts. The music was banging. Like it was hit after hit after hit after hit. So I get into K-pop. BTS was my first group. Run was my first song, and it was just everything from there. Basically, I had gotten into BTS that whole year, and then I kind of slowly started to fizzle out and explore other groups because they were moving in a direction that I didn't like with their music. Like literally, I stopped listening really consistently after Love Yourself Answer came out, and after that, I was like, because they really started blowing up after that. I didn't want to say they became like they had a Western sound, but it was a very like pop safe kind of sound, if that makes sense. So I branched out to other groups, EXO, Red Velvet, Twice, all of that. I know those are like really popular, but I gotta drive the point home, okay? So I would say 2019, I was like still into K-pop, and I was kind of like I was still grooving along every so often, but then like 2020 hit, I was still kind of in it, but then I 2021 came, I totally fizzled out of it. I'm telling you, like, no, I didn't even like totally fizzle out of it, but I've noticed I stopped listening to the music, and it was more so I was more so interacting with the fandoms. Like, it literally became so boring, and I would say like that group, I really like that time I got into like K R&B, K hip hop. Like K-pop wasn't hitting like it used to. It really wasn't. And I really started reminiscing on 2018 because it was like that was literally the peak time to be into K-pop, or like one of the peak times. But I don't know. It was just like I feel like when you're black and you're a K-pop fan, you navigate K-pop way more differently than any other person. Um and you can argue like if you're not really like white or like what is it, like East Asian, I think. I don't know, if you're not like those two people, I feel like K-pop really, like, you won't have to navigate K-pop with more sensitivity. It'll just be like you'll take it as it comes. And it's like when I like started to really like dive deeper into K-pop, it was like, damn, maybe this really isn't for me. And like when I was getting into K-pop, my parents were like, they're like ripping off of blah 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 blah, and I was like, really? And like I didn't tell them like no, because like they're older than me, they know what's up. But it's like, wow, I didn't expect that. And then you get into all these scandals, idols saying the n-word, and like they're wearing all this problematic stuff, they're saying the most ignorant stuff, and it's like, you bitches don't even like me, like what the fuck. And then, excuse me, I eventually, like, it became so like tiring to just see yourself constantly disrespected in this community that it literally takes all the fun out of it. And like I feel like it is so easy for people to get out of K-pop. I would say maybe black fans. It would be really easy for black fans to fall out with K-pop. And it's like it's a reoccurring thing. It's like all these empty apologies, and the next thing you know, they're doing the same thing in just a different font. And it's like, you guys don't care. You guys just literally don't care. You come out with these PR ass apologies, and you're right back to where you were. And it's just like I don't care for K-pop anymore. I feel like I idolizing people I don't know is already weird. Getting photo cards of people I don't know is weird. Just creating these parasocial relationships is weird. Like I genuinely, like, after I kind of snapped back and matured, it was like K-pop is fun when you're like in your adolescent years, when you're just in like middle school and stuff, and then high school and stuff. I feel like it's way more fun when you're just kind of there for the music and you're just vibing along with it. You're not worried about these people. And like I feel like reality really set in for me, like with the whole K-pop thing, when the Burning Sun scandal started. Like even though I didn't really quite understand what happened, like at the time, like I was in like fucking 8th grade. No, I was in 7th grade. I was in 7th grade. I didn't really quite understand what was going on. It was like, you don't know these people. And like I don't think that it's like worth, you know, fangirling over these people. And I feel like me falling out with K-pop, it just made me just really like step back and analyze it as a genre. Like this is it's really problematic. Like literally they, oh my gosh. You know, I remember like I had went like really a really long time without listening to K-pop. And like I had came back and like I listened to so many genres of music, okay? And I you hear how like how many nachos they're like they're reheating. They reheat nachos like crazy, I'm telling you. And then I can't stand it. Like once you realize what they're ripping off, it pisses you off so bad. And like I remember I was on TikTok. I think it was this one AT song, but it sounded like that Jamie Foxx and T-Pain song with the blame it on the alcohol. Like I was like, "Oh my gosh, why don't I just listen to that?" And then I remember there was this 17 song. It sounded like the Cha Cha Slide, I think. And I was like, no, it was the Cupid Shuffle. It sounded like the Cupid Shuffle. And I was like, you should just listen to the actual thing. Like I don't understand. Like I don't like this ripping off. And I get it. U.S. artists reheat nachos all the time, but I genuinely like I don't want to listen to reheated nachos. Like just listen to like the actual nachos. I just it took me out of it. And then I stopped. I couldn't stand K-pop rappers. Like K-pop rappers and groups, like sometimes they ruin a song because they put in a rapper. Like the second I heard yeah, I just know they're gonna start spitting hot garbage. And it's like just shut the fuck up. And then I can't stand the groups that have the rappers with the black scents. And then it's just like, why are you cosplaying as a black person? Like you get the box braids, you get the black scent. I'm talking to you, Lisa from Blackpink. Like I remember Kill This Love came out, you saw her kicking in the door with those box braids on, and I was like, are we dead ass right now? Like, it's a reoccurring thing, and that girl, I get it. I vibe to Blackpink songs. I have Blackpink albums, but it's just like I have to be in the mood for Blackpink. I have to literally turn my brain off when I listen to their music, because it's like once you realize the BS that's going on inside your ears, you're gonna want to turn it off. And like, don't get me wrong, Blackpink has some good songs aside from like those main title tracks, but you listen to those title tracks, I'm telling you, like it makes me want to ball up my fist. I don't want to get doxxed by Blinks because I know they're fucking toxic. But like, can we just call a spade here? Black people are the blueprint of K-pop. And like, once I realized that, I was just like, I need to get back to my roots. I need to get back to my roots. Like, I don't understand why I'm listening to them rip off everyone. And I could be listening to the actual thing over here. And don't get me wrong, there's good K-pop songs, but I'm talking about songs where they try so hard to emulate black culture. Like, it's so. And then don't even get me started on how they rip off Tinashe. Like, I'm telling you, like, my phases of myself are coming out through this video, okay? Because like at the time when I first got into K-pop, it was all sunshine rainbows. I missed that era so bad. Like honestly, I would give anything to go back to the time where I first fell in love with K-pop. And then once you get deeper and you just see all these negative sides, like I know there's a negative side to everything, but once you see it, it takes you out of it. And eventually it just becomes so overwhelming. And then the whole hyphen situation, I forgot what was going on, but I think it happened in 2021. They were harassing black fans for calling out like them and stuff. And then the whole Kiss of Life situation this year, we can't catch a break. And like realizing all of this, like I basically like catch bits and fragments of like what's going on in the K-pop community through TikTok, but seeing the bits and fragments and not seeing it just blown up in your face all the time, it made me realize that I'm so glad I stepped back from K-pop and that I only enjoy it for the music. I'm not looking to stand these groups, get into fan signs, blah blah blah. Like I'm truly a casual fan, and like I don't want this to come across the wrong way. Like I don't hate K-pop, but I can also realize that it is not all that it's cracked up to be. And I'm not dissing you if you still like K-pop, but let's just be honest with ourselves here, okay? But you know, I don't know. I'm kind of over this whole K-pop jazz. Like I'll go back and listen to it. Like I'm kind of tapping back into my K-pop phase, not like with the people and stuff, but just with the music. Like I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is like such a banger. Like it's been forever since I've heard this song. But yeah, I'm not a fan anymore. I really can't call myself a fan anymore. You ask me about this 5th gen and 4th gen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be clueless. 3rd gen and back is all I know. I don't know, the new gen music, it's just not good. Like New Jeans is literally where I truly cut out of K-pop, and then once they're gone, it was like I'm gone too. But yeah. I'd literally give anything to rediscover K-pop again. Like that first time, like I'm telling you, that time where you fall into K-pop, it is like no other. Like I can't even like describe it. Like everyone's telling you, like once you like jump into K-pop, like it's just you're not gonna come out. You'll come out. You won't see it until it happens. Like you'll realize, oh my gosh, like I'm not doing the stuff I used to. Like don't think about getting out of K-pop while you're still like fresh in it. You're not gonna think about it. It'll just naturally happen. And don't fight it. You'll enjoy K-pop a lot more when you're not developing these parasocial relationships, and you're not just crazy bonkers about streams and who's doing what, who's dating who. I'm telling you, it's so much more peaceful. Like I would say falling out of K-pop and then getting back and falling in love with the music is like second feeling to falling into K-pop. That's what I would say. That's my tier ranking. Like, oh, I can't. I love just getting into like multiple genres though. Like it's such a nice feeling. I don't know. Be open to falling out of love with stuff, and then give yourself the chance to fall back in love with it. But yeah, just as a black K-pop fan or ex K-pop fan, I don't I don't blame you for falling out of K-pop if you ever do. I don't blame you. You'll have your reasons. And even if you're like not black or just part of communities that K-pop actively targets, if you fall out, it's perfectly fine. You'll live. And who knows? It might be a blessing in disguise. You might have other stuff awaiting you. And if you didn't fall into the anime to K-pop like pipeline, you might fall into the K-pop anime pipeline. And getting into anime for the first time is also so peak. It is so, so, so peak. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. Mwah.